light hits the lime wash. Again, something that we painstakingly did ourselves.
Yeah.
2 coats, the entire vaulted ceiling by hand.
I'm smiling here. I was crying. This is where we sleep, obviously.
So do you think the guest bedroom might become a big bedroom at some point?
Hi, I'm Giuliano.
And I'm Zara.
Welcome to our self-built home.
Come on in. Welcome into our home. We call it the Fox's Maltings. You might recognize it, or maybe us, from Grand Designs. I'm a global makeup artist.
And I'm a tech consultant. And we built this home over the period of 18 months. And there's a few things that you might not have seen during the Grand Designs episode. So we'd love to take you around and show you a tour of the place.
Let's start in the kitchen.
Let's go.
The kitchen for us is probably the heart of our home. We both love to cook. We spend maybe about 80–90% of time in the kitchen.
Yeah, and I think we wanted to design a space that was not only for just cooking, but entertaining as well. So it was really important for us to have a kitchen island which faces into the room so that when we're both cooking, we don't have our backs turned to our guests and friends and family, which is really nice. And then also it was really important for us to have a round circular dining table, because that way everybody is part of the conversation and you're not sort of stuck just talking to the person next to you.
This is something that my mum always taught me. I grew up in Singapore. My mum is from Kenya originally, and we've always had a round table, whether we're in Singapore, whether we're in the UK. So I just really wanted to bring that family thing to our home as well, and it really does work. I think the first time we actually had people over, it was so funny because I was telling Giuliano about it, and he looked at me and everybody was talking together as one circle, and he was like, oh, it works. So it is a really, really special table for us.
When you go to a restaurant, it's all dimly lit, it's got this lovely atmosphere, and so we didn't really want this bright, luminous kitchen. We wanted something that you come into it, you feel relaxed, you can let the wine flow, the conversation flow, and so that was really important to us.
One of the first things that I said to Giuliano was actually that I wanted the house to feel like we're abroad, like I'm in Singapore almost, and I think we really lucked out on it being south-facing. We have so much sunlight that comes through here, even through the winter and the autumn, so we're very lucky and it keeps it nice and warm.
Yeah, and it was very intentional design of the property as well. So we've got a canopy on the entire south side of the building. So in the summer sun, that prevents that sun getting into the house and getting too hot. But then when we've got that low winter sun throughout the winter months, that sun can really pour through and it keeps the house nice and warm. And so natural light was such a big thing for both of us in terms of wanting to have a property that has that feature and architectural design.
Thankfully, the both of us really love the same type of interior. We love a lot of texture, so we wanted to make sure that every part of the kitchen and our home had different elements and almost like a different feeling when you enter the room.
We also brought in a feature brick wall in the kitchen as well. So the same bricks that are used on the outside of the property to kind of pay homage to that fact that it used to be a malt house here on site, and I think it also adds a bit of warmth and texture and a bit more of a countryside feel to the property as well.
Not still making beer.
No, we're not making beers.
Drinking beer. That's how we're paying homage.
Yeah. That's how you're paying homage to it, not me. That's a little bit about the design and the aesthetic of the kitchen, but really ultimately it was all to do about the functionality as well. We have a food business together, and we wanted to have a kitchen that was going to be functional for both the food business and of course our social lives and our everyday lives. So Tom, come on over. I'm going to show you a little bit around. So we've got our main washing up kitchen, and we've also got our prep sink over there. For a food business, that's very, very important. I wanted tons of cupboard space, and thankfully I have plenty. So we've got all the cupboards through here. They open and they close really very elegantly. I said that and then it didn't close elegantly. Kinda elegantly. And we also just needed a lot of storage. Through here, the pull-out drawers are very easy to use. I can just push them back in. The hub on the island was probably one of the longest decisions that we made, and I think because of us wanting to be social and because we cook so much, we wanted to be able to cook and also socialize with our family and friends. And honestly, this is probably the best thing that we ever did, because now we never have our backs to anybody and kind of trying to have whiplash turning around to see what people are talking about. So great big island space. It's so easy to clean. This is a Hone quartz, so it's got more of a matte finish. Normally with islands, they tend to have that shine, but this has that very gorgeous matte finish. It feels great. It's so easy to clean. So having our food business as well, it just makes, you know, hygiene, cleaning very easy.
So coming out of the kitchen, we're going to head into the lounge. But before I take you in there, we're going to have a quick stop in the hallway. So in here, we use the same curtain outside as we did inside, and it creates this effect that slices through the building. Zara, myself, we installed all the curtain ourselves, which was a great challenge. And we've used steel and oak treads for the staircase to really give a industrial feel to the space. Up above us, we've got some of the biggest residential units of glazing that we could possibly get. They're actually verging on commercial size glazing units. So I'm really excited to show you guys that later. For the flooring, we did a micro cement throughout the entirety of the downstairs. It just really creates this seamless look from room to room.
Hello.
Hello.
You know, we're really getting a lot of inspo from this film. I'm joking.
And this is, I'd say, my favorite room in the house.
Yeah, definitely.
Just the way that we've got such high ceilings here, the lime wash, and the way the sun reflects off the pond, and you get that beautiful dancing on the ceiling, just listening to music with the hidden speakers in the wall. For me, it's just the perfect place to relax.
Tell us about speakers.
Yeah, so the speakers are really cool, actually. I would say I'd show you them, but part of the design of it is that you can't see anything. So they're actually plastered into the wall, and then the plaster adds to the acoustic of the speakers. So they're completely invisible. So I would say, look at them.
But you can't.
They're over there, but you can't. But you can hear them.
Did you put them in yourself?
No, we didn't put them in ourselves. We worked with an installation company. We got the speakers from Monitor Audio, who did a full sound check of the space to make sure that all of the speakers were right size for the space and balanced to make sure that they sounded absolutely amazing.
Is there any negatives, any downside?
Yeah, I think obviously because the speakers are plastered into the wall, if anything was to ever go wrong, I'd be smashing the wall down to fix them. So even though the house is super thermally efficient and very low energy and has really high levels of insulation, we still wanted a log burner just to bring that, I guess, feeling of coziness and romanticness, if that's a word.
Yeah, it's definitely a feature in the home when we have anybody come to visit. They're like, "Whoa, I've never seen anything like that before."
Yeah, so it's 7.8 meters to the ridge, and the flue is the best part of that. So we worked with Firebob to custom make that fireplace for us, and even though we rarely have it on, it's
well at the moment
because the house is so warm. I think it'll be nice on Christmas Eve just to put a few logs in.
Oh, without a doubt.
You've got enough height for a Christmas tree.
Yeah,
oh,
I think.
Don't start with the Christmas tree, Tom. Don't start.
I really want a massive one, Tom.
So when you were making the room, obviously plans changed. Like, what was the inspiration behind opening this up, having the bridge? Like, where'd you get all that from?
I mean, we did spend a lot of time thinking about inspiration. We looked on Pinterest, we watched Grand Designs, we watched Luxury Home Show. It's things like that really give you ideas of what you want to do with a space. And then we, had a lot of think, and we opened it up, and now we've created this amazing place for the two of us to relax and unwind.
The only thing is, it's going to be a bit of a pain when it comes to changing those lights up there. So we're going to definitely wait till all of them go out before we get the tower scaffold out and start changing the light bulbs.
We're dreading that day. I hope it never happens. And finally in this room, through that door, we have our boot room, utility and a bathroom.
And most importantly, the gym. Let's go take a look. Fitness is such a big part of both Zara and my lifestyles, and so when we had the opportunity to build a home gym and have it fully kitted out with commercial grade equipment from Primal, it was really, honestly, a dream come true.
Morning or evening for the gym for you?
I would say typically I'm a morning person, and that's probably because when I've been going to gyms in the evenings, they're just absolutely rammed and you just struggle to get on any equipment and you're often waiting a lot of the time. But I will say having the convenience now of a home gym just means that we can go any time of day. So we do find ourselves using it more in the evening, but we feel very lucky and grateful to be able to have this literally inside our house.
I love this wall. We have a house we've built from the ground up, and we wanted to keep the memories of actually what we did. So this part of the wall is very special to us.
Even some of the more painful memories.
I'm smiling here. I was crying outside of this shop because that MVHR system was really physically and mentally challenging. First of all, we didn't actually think that we were going to do the install ourselves. We just ended up doing it. I mean, we saved a lot of money doing it, but there's one thing doing something technical, both being able to think about it. There's another thing doing something physical and just getting to it. But when you join the two together in a state of already self-build and trying to get into the home as quickly as possible, that was tough.
When people come and visit,
Yeah.
they get a glimpse into kind of
What we did.
and we actually did a lot of the work ourselves, and
Yeah.
it's something that we've documented on our Instagram as well, which is nice to share with the self-build and renovation community on there. So it's a great platform to share that with them.
You know, we started the Instagram purely to document it ourselves. When you're doing so much in a self-build, often you forget things and, you know, you just keep cracking on. And also to find our self-build community, to show people out there who want to self-build that you can, it is possible to do it together, but also to meet people who have already done a self-build and who can give us a little bit of guidance. So it's an incredible community, and yeah, we wanted to show the nitty-gritty, dirty side of self-building, and that is so possible to do. We wanted to make this house a home, so it was important to bring both of our memories into it. We have this of the build, and then over on the other corner, that is a very special corner for me because I call it my mum corner. My mum was originally from Kenya, and I wanted to bring a big part of her to our home and just have her memory in our home with us because, you know, she was always with us whilst we built it spiritually more than anything. And so we have this very special Kenyan corner with all the artifacts that we had growing up, and it all belongs to her.
So again, the vision for this space was to bring as much natural light into the room as we could. And again, we've continued the curtain, so it creates that illusion that it's sliced right through the building. This was something that we weathered for how many months outside? Like 6 months?
Yeah.
And then installed ourselves.
Because originally, if you see the outside, it is very smooth and one-toned. In here, we laid it flat. I think we were actually advised to hold it up so it was very smooth and the same color all over. But when we had it flat, we really liked how it created this texture and this mottle in different tones, and we ended up having pieces of curtain that we really liked the look of. I think one of them looked like it had a heart and a spacey looking thing. So yeah, I think it just brought so much texture and just something interesting to look at in the home.
And then from here, I think you really get a true sense of the scale of the glazing because you've got a 3 meter by 4.5 meter high window, and it just lets in so much natural light and just connects the space with the outside, and you can just see the sun pouring in now. It's just amazing.
We wanted to pull the indoor-outdoor, we wanted the greenery, so in the middle section here for our chandelier, it's not your classic chandelier by any means. There is an amazing place in Singapore called Gardens by the Bay, and it's like walking into a humongous greenhouse. I really wanted to bring that greenery into the home, so we chose this fern chandelier with the big drop lights, and I just think it really pairs so nicely with that warmth from the curtain and then the greenery, and then you get the inside and outside all the way through, and it's a very, very special sort of like thing to have in the home. We will take you into our master suite in just a moment, but let's go through to the gallery. It's an incredible space, but also behind you, Tom, we have a study, Giuliano's study, 2 more bedrooms, and a family bathroom for when anybody stays.
But this space, I think, again, our favourite space in the house, just the way that the light hits the lime wash, again, something that we painstakingly did ourselves. Yeah. 2 coats, the entire vaulted ceiling by hand. So it was a labour of love, and we really had to be sure that we liked the colour when we did it, because we definitely weren't doing it again.
We were not doing it again.
But the lime wash itself, it's a really interesting product because it's almost like water-based, but it allows the walls to breathe.
It gives us, well, it gives the home almost that holiday feel, especially because we have so much sunlight coming through. There's a very special moment that happens most days when the sun is out, where you get the reflection, actually it's happening right now, you get the reflection from the pond, and it dances on the walls and it changes throughout the day wherever the sun's facing, and I think it's very, very special.
And the gallery walkway itself, completely suspended off the wall. There's actually 2 bits of huge steel which run all the way down here. Again, not something that we needed to do, but we felt it would just give the place a bit more of an architectural lift, and it creates that feeling of suspense as you're sort of walking from the hallway into the bedroom wing.
Every time, if we ever have to come through this way, when you go to your study, you almost can't help but stop and pause, because what you have here is, it's a live TV. You get to see the birds, you get to see the harvest being done, you get to watch how the sun changes. When the moon is at its fullest, it is like a massive torch, and you can see everything outside. So it's like TV that changes every single day.
And I think with all of the spaces, we designed them so that we're connected with the outdoors. And in this room in particular, we've got a triple sliding door downstairs, we've got 3 fixed pane glass on the first floor, and then even up above, we've got 2 roof lights. So you've just got so much natural light, and we just feel so connected with the outside, which is just amazing.
This is our master suite. This is where we sleep, obviously. This is where we
Everyone's
sleep.
like, really? The
Okay.
bed wasn't a giveaway, you know? This is our master suite, and again, we wanted to keep that same theme running through the house with high ceilings and lime wash, just to help cozy the space up a bit.
Yeah, it's our place where we come and relax and obviously sleep. So again, we're very lucky to have all of that south-facing light.
And we intentionally put a Juliet balcony on our master suite so that in the morning we can just open the doors up and bring the outside in again, just have our morning coffee there. It's really nice. And the floor is the same engineered oak throughout, so we kept the whole upstairs seamless, very much so like the downstairs has the forecrete finish. This has got engineered wood throughout the entire upstairs floor, which I think is perhaps untraditional upstairs, but we've added texture with rugs and wood paneling to help tie it all in together and just bring a bit more warmth to the place.
This room is also like I guess like a mini house for us, because we also have our ensuite in there, which has a shower and a bathtub. And then I have it's our walk-in wardrobe, but predominantly my filming room too, being a makeup artist and teaching makeup online, doing a lot of social media. It was a very dedicated room for me to do my filming, because I'd been doing filming against all sorts of backgrounds for so many years, balancing boxes so that I could find a way to film myself on a white wall. Finally, I have my space in there that I can do my dedicated filming. There's lots of space, lots of cupboards for all my makeup and brushes and all those good things.
Who's actually got more? Do you think it's 50-50 in there?
Clothes?
No, it's not
it's
50-50.
50-50. No, if you don't, it's not 50-50.
So this is our master ensuite bathroom, and again it follows a very similar theme to the rest of the bathrooms. We've done a seamless forecrete finish for both the floor, walls and ceiling. Just again tying that really calming, natural feeling to the space, and again, it just makes us feel like we're on holiday in a really nice bathroom. One thing that we're really grateful for, and was something that was really important for both of us, was having a his and her sink. Zara and I are always butting elbows, or we were, sorry, always butting elbows, brushing our teeth in the evening. So just having a sink each is just like, honestly, really amazing. So one thing that we're really proud of is having built these vanity units ourselves. So we just got some timber, framed it all out, built it, ready for the sinks to sit on. And then Costas from Full Monty Plastering, he came and did his micro cement magic on it. And we're really, really pleased with how it's turned out. We've kept an open shelving inside with some wood paneling. And we actually filmed a tutorial and put it on our Instagram. So if it is something that you're looking to try out, feel free to check it out. And they're still standing, so which is really nice.
Welcome to the walk-in wardrobe, aka my filming room and my study. This is a room that I spent so much time really thinking about what I wanted. I actually remember standing on this plain field and I said to Giuliano, the window has to face this way. It's so important when you're filming to film in natural light. And this is north facing, which creates a steady light all the way throughout the day. So this was the filming room before we even started doing any form of foundations. One of the longest decisions that myself and Giuliano actually took on was the backdrop for it, because we wanted to have a walk-in wardrobe that we liked the materials, we liked the way it looked, but at the same time, I've spent so many years trying to find different spaces to create a nice backdrop to film, and finally we have this beautiful marbled, mottled texture that actually mimics the lime wash that we have running throughout the whole house. We also have, again, talking about lighting, we have the LED strip all the way around. So if I'm ever filming in the evening, same thing, lighting's so important. And we wanted to have the light on the back so that if I have my light filming this way, you can have like really gorgeous background and just have that consistency during filming. Another thing that was very important, as you can imagine, as a makeup artist, I have a lot of makeup. So a lot of drawer space, places to have the dedicated things to film so that everything's very neat and spacious. I honestly have so much makeup. It is such a mess at the moment. Another thing that I spoke to Sharps a lot about was just having a big space to work on. So I have my desk along with the cupboards where I would mainly work with my makeup. I have these hidden sockets, which I love. I love just pressing them. It makes it really handy if I've got any cameras or I have to charge my phone whilst filming. It keeps it concealed, but it makes everything really seamless. I've spent so many years living out of a suitcase, having all of my makeup in one and having to set up, it takes, almost 30 minutes to set up all my products and setting up my filming. So I am so incredibly grateful to finally have this space for me to work in, and it just makes doing the job that I do so much more enjoyable. Oh, and it's just so pretty. We're in our back garden now, and on the left-hand side, you can see our outdoor kitchen. If you haven't figured out by now, Giuliano and I love cooking. So we have our seating area, we've got our barbecue pit with our outdoor fridge, and also, very importantly, our pizza oven. We love to entertain and we love to have our family and friends over. So this was a space that we've wanted for such a long time, almost something that we've dreamt of for such a long time. And it's great to finally have it and be able to entertain and almost say thank you to our friends and family for helping us during this build as well. We also have our outdoor seating area. So during the summer times, we can sit down, relax there, or cozy up during the winter. I think one of your favorite parts is the olive tree. Yeah, for sure. And I think one thing that we tried to do with this house was design it for indoor-outdoor living. So in the summer, we open up all the sliding doors and all the bifolds, and then the inside spaces really merge into the outside spaces. So the outdoor dining area becomes an extension of the kitchen, and the outdoor seating area becomes an extension of the lounge, and everything just works really well together. One other thing that you can see from here is the solar panels on the roof. So we've got a 10 kilowatt system, and this powers pretty much the entire house. And we also have a battery store as well, underfloor heating downstairs and upstairs. And it's all managed and controlled by a Biologic smart home system. So
one of the things that was really important to us, especially on colder days like this, is making sure that the house is really thermally efficient and cost effective to run. And having all of that eco technology just makes it really cost effective for us.
And it's just really nice coming from two people that have lived and worked in the hustle and bustle for so long. Now we get to sit outside in our kitchen and watch the birds, rabbits running around, and it's just like very peaceful. It reminds us how much hard work and time and sacrifice we've put into building our dream home.
So do you think the guest bedroom might become kids' bedroom at some point?
Maybe. No, it will. They will. Yeah, we do want to build a family at some point in time, so
Yeah.
I'm sure one of them will be taken up. Thank you so much for joining us on our house tour.
If you want to see more of how we built the place, some tutorials and DIY tips, you can check it out on our Instagram at The Foxes Maltings. It's linked down below in the description, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye. But you have a whole dedicated study to yourself.
Okay. That's the end of that one.
Again, we both love to cook, so every evening, depending on what meal we've made, let's say we've made a Mexican meal or an Italian meal, we'll play the music according to the cuisine. We're a bit nerdy like that.
Bosh, bosh, bosh. Slugs.
Hi, Luxury Home Show. My name is Pearl, I'm a designer, and this is my home in Somerset. Come in.